Okay, guys, so I just wanted to quickly talk about an update and have a ramble about something Pizzazz just posted on pay-to-play content being released in 3 weeks' time. Initially, he was going to do it in May, but he's pushed this forward by a few months. So I thought it was a good opportunity to discuss some things, ramble about some things. Sorry for the scuffed setup here. I've got my client, but also rammed in the webpage. Kind of rushing this one. But I think the first two things that came to mind the second I saw this update was actually, first was fuck yes. Then the actual other two were the player count. I'm imagining is going to start going up pretty aggressively from here. I know there's been, I think, like 15,000 players now. Let's have a quick look. Have played the game. Go like, see if there's 12,500, and then we'll try. Okay, well there's. All right, maybe there's more than I thought. Okay, so somewhere between 15 and 20k. So lots of these players stopped playing once they hit sort of base 50s, 60s, and they kind of hit end game content with free-to-play. But I'm going to imagine these guys are going to start coming back, getting the requirements for things like Legends Quest. I think player count will start gradually going up as we approach the 29th of March. I also think, I need to, oh, there we go, Genie. These I pretty much got all my prayer XP pretty much from these genies. I also have a quick side note. I think when you hold a lamp, there's an increased chance of getting another genie if you keep the lamp in your inventory. Just a hunch. Anyway, where was I? Yeah, so I think the player count will start steadily increasing as we approach the 29th of March. Then with the pay-to-play launch actually on that day, I think we're probably going to see a few thousand at least playing the game. I know Slayer Music's doing some quest guides on it, which would be pretty cool to see. And loads of the YouTubers and content creators I'm sure we've all watched on OSRS have been wanting to play / are playing, like Mudkip for example, but can't make content. So I don't know if, I mean, it doesn't change with pay-to-play, but I imagine more might come out the woodwork and do some kind of content, whether it's just tweeting about it or something like that, because many were just put off by not only is it 2004, but it's also like the simplicity of free to play might have just been a bit too simple for some people. So yeah, I think as we approach the end of March and then on the day, I think the player count will really explode, which should be awesome to see. I think also with clanning, right, loads of people are playing this to endgame. I mean, endgame right now is PKing, so I think lots of clans will join, and there's already a lot of clans at the moment, but the players will come back and get going, get the stats up and that kind of thing. The second thing I thought of was the prices of items. The prices of items pretty much shooting up. So for example, Rune Essence, people have already, like, here we go. People are already buying for 30 each. Just maybe like a week ago this was going for 15 each. Yesterday or this morning it was going for 24, 25 each. Second members comes out, or it's being announced it's going for 30 each, with people selling for fucking 40 GP, 50 GP each. So I think this could be quite good merch if you manage to convince a Muppet to sell to you. Another one would be, sorry, this is really annoying, I've got to keep on bringing up my client. Another one being Limpwork Roots. Buy offers kind of are remaining low, but I mean everyone's going to be doing Herbal when they first start, which that should go up quite a lot. I think it's worth noting as well what the best in slots will be, as the Ring of Recall I'm pretty sure will be the best in slot for your ring slot. The spec bar isn't out until June 2004, so your D-Long won't actually have a spec bar, or DDS or Dragon Dagger won't have a spec bar, but I imagine that will actually be one of the first releases post pay-to-play launch. Castle Wars will be out with no Ancients, which should be quite good fun, although it seems like people are pretty sweaty on this, so I doubt many people will be playing it. What else is there? KBD will be out, Dragon Meds will be flying around. Trying to think off the top of my head. You should be buying a load of Eye of Newts if you run past supports for... God, what else is there? Yes, Saradomin Strike and Charge will be pretty... I'm imagining that will be the PK meta. Probably high defense, range, and then Sara Strike and Charge, and then just maybe a D-Long Slap if they put on Protect from Mage. And then other things like Cowhide have started going up a lot. Why is that not? Cowhide? Am I? There we go. Oh, whoops. Yeah, I saw someone trying to... Yeah, this guy's trying to... I mean, this guy does merch, but selling them for 200 each. I'd imagine this will start going up as people try and be the first to do black d'hide, for example. Red spider eggs, that kind of goes hand in hand with limps, I suppose. And then content-wise, I'd imagine combat-related places like Moss Giants will start getting packed. It should be really fun to see when members does come out. First people to get Dragon Chain from Calfight Queen, as the D-Med start coming in. It would just be really interesting to see. I said this in the last video, but the fresh economy feel that came with the release of this, and it'll kind of be like getting that all over again with the pay-to-play release. It'll also be fun to see the high score race with agility, herblore, thieving, fletching. For those wondering, I think Slayer came out in January 2005, so I would imagine we're probably a few months of development away from that. But it's nice. It's nice to feel like, I mean, OSRS was cool because you were playing, but always new content was coming out. And while Slayer isn't new content to most of us, it's still nice to know I'm getting to 90s whilst knowing there's a benefit towards it, and that being in Slayer. But yeah, overall, I'm just really excited by it. I think many players are probably going to start dropping off if we were going to have this extra 2.5 months from now until May. I was planning to grind through it all, to be honest with you, but it should be. Now I'm probably not going to leave my screen for the next 3 weeks, and I'm probably not the only person saying that or doing that. So yeah, it's just exciting. It's motivating to keep grinding. And in terms of, I guess it's a question of did they rush it, but get rid of that. But from what I understand, they've been developing this for like 2.5-3 years now, and if they were really going to rush things, then they wouldn't have taken 3 years to just release free-to-play, right? There's also players playing members content on, I think it's called 2004Scape, someone set it up, of which is kind of a one-to-one of this. And from what I hear, it's actually really, let me start burying these bones, really smooth. There's a few hiccups with Legends Quest, but beyond that, there's hardly any bugs, which is really nice to see. And, with free-to-play, I actually haven't, other than what I think is happening with Genie Lamps, I don't think I've seen any bugs. So, they've clearly taken the time with it, and I think they've probably positioned themselves quite nicely for a pay-to-play release. They seem pretty clear on they're not trying to rush anything. So, yeah, I think it's really exciting, not only for the player base, but for new players, continuation in the motivation to grind. It'll be fun to watch a new economy, the high score race, everything. So yeah, super good news. I'm incredibly excited, and I'm looking forward to watching this server continue to blow up, to be honest. And for those who are here typically for my leveling up content and high score race, that kind of thing, there should be a video out on Sunday, ideally. So there's probably a sneak peek of my stats, but I'm climbing up the high score slowly. I think I'm almost top 150. So we're getting there. Anyway, I'll see you guys soon.